So hi Freddie.
Hi Fran.
Hi. We haven't caught up in a little while, so do you want to tell us what you've been up to in your third placement?
Yeah, so I've just finished my third placement last Friday. I've been at Flamingo for the last 3 months, which has been a really awesome experience, totally different to anything that I'd done before in the first 6 months. Obviously I was in 2 PR agencies, and then I've jumped ship to an insight and strategy agency, which has been a really interesting, refreshing new angle to look at brands, and it's been a really fun, interesting experience working with a great team at Flamingo and some phenomenally interesting brands as well. So leaving with a really good perspective and a really good opinion of Flamingo, so that's all good.
Excellent. And you managed to do a bit of travel while you were there, didn't you?
Yeah, which is one of the great things alone about Flamingo, is that a lot of what they do is international, and they've only just recently set up this UK practice. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go internationally. I sort of looked at everyone going internationally and sort of had a lot of travel envy. But I did manage to go to some great places in the UK, from Glasgow to Coventry to Manchester, which, you know, alone I got really excited about, even though they weren't, you know, they weren't Rio de Janeiro, but
yes,
they were still exciting for me. And to go and see some focus groups and meet some consumers on the ground out in those places was a really brilliant aspect and an excellent addition to the placement at Flamingo.
Fabulous. And obviously you left there a week ago, and you have since been trotting about London interviewing CEOs and other senior people about your project. How has that gone?
It's gone brilliantly. I think trotting around is probably the right way of looking at it. I feel like I've sort of whacked on my satchel bag and I've just been on the tube a lot, but I've been to some amazing offices and met some really cool people who've got far more knowledge than any of us do, and they've been really generous with their time and their ideas. And I think what's been amazing is how quickly you can see, just in a week's worth of interviews, how quickly your idea changes and is manipulated and is kind of emerging going into New York next week, something slightly different to how I first thought about it on Monday.
Yeah.
And that's just through having spoken to these people in all sorts of places and all sorts of industries, and it's been a really valuable week, and if anything, amazing preparation for what comes next week.
Well, absolutely. That's just what I was going to ask you. Do you feel, better prepared for NYC?
Definitely better prepared. I think that first interview on Monday in London, you're sitting there and you think, how am I going to get through this? These are really important people, and who am I? And obviously the more you chat and the more you talk, it becomes such a really fluid discussion.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to be able to go in not only with that ability to just feel like it's just a chat, but also with different questions to ask and different aspects of your project which you want to probe and talk about, which, as I said on Monday, I didn't know about. And the more I've spoken to people in London, the more ideas I've got, the more questions I want answered. And I think to go armed with those to New York will be an amazing benefit.
Yeah.
And obviously I think we'll definitely feel prepared, although how prepared can you be to be in New York and go and meet these amazing people?
It's pretty awesome.
It is amazing, yeah. I think we're very excited.
Oh, well, have a really safe flight out there and a good road trip afterwards.
Yeah, and certainly shall. And if we make it back, I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Yes, we'll hear all about your amazing trip.
Thanks, Fran.
Thanks, Freddie. Bye.